y'all boy, man. Y'all just heard the sample. Y'all know how we coming. So I'm finna break down how I made it, what I did with the drums. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna wait nobody time. Before I get into it though, shout out 406 Ahmed. You know what I'm saying? That boy been going crazy.
Oh yeah, Ahmed in this bitch, man.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out, bro. This beat's hard as hell. First things first, what needs to be known when you're doing this shit. If you want to make a real sample, like not no little bullshit sample, you want to make a real sounding sample, right? What you need to do is you need to bring your BPM down. Y'all can see I have my BPM set at 66. You need to bring your BPM down because that is the key to finding the pocket and finding the time that you need to be able to put your melodies where they gotta be at. Before I do any like breakdown of these chords, I want y'all to know I do not know any music theory for real. I don't know like the names of chords. I know what sounds good. I know what doesn't sound good. That's the extent of my knowledge. So I'm gonna break down what my process is, but don't look for no. I hope y'all ain't looking for no little goddamn super analytic breakdown. C major 11, fucking. I ain't got all that shit in me. But I'm gonna tell y'all to the best of my ability. So. First, we got the C chord. I mean, the C sharp. This is the bass note, right? So we took the bass note of the C up an octave to C sharp. Again, stacked it with the D sharp, F sharp, G sharp, G sharp 5, and then finally the B at top. So it should sound like this. Oh shit, my bad. Sound like this. It's a beginning chord, right? It don't sound good right all by itself. It kind of sounds like it needs to go somewhere, right? Some chords, they don't sound that good by themselves, but when you play them with something else, that's when it actually, like, you know what I'm saying, it comes to fruition. And you can hear, okay, this is what that chord is meant to do. It's called a passing chord. This would be a B minor 11 if I'm not mistaken. And the way I can tell that is by this chord is this F right here. You go up 3 and I'll go up 4. That's a minor, so I'm gonna assume that's a B minor 11 just because of the root note. So I used this passing chord, went to the B minor 11. And that chord right there, that's basically an extension of this chord. Y'all can see that its notes are the same exact. I just dropped the B to an A. Same exact notes, I just dropped the B to an A. So that final chord, this chord right here, that's the resolution chord. That's the resolving chord. That's going to end that progression right there until we begin a new one. So that one, I'm just, again, going down the C minor scale with that. And I'm just bringing that A back to a G sharp. Now, hold on. Okay, my bad. I was going to say the G sharp out of the C minor scale, but it's in there. But yeah, I brought the G minor down to the root note, took it up an octave, and played basically everything right here is in the C minor scale. So everything except this F sharp and this B, right? Everything is in C minor scale. I just took little notes out of that scale and combined it with that progression to make a more, cohesive sound. I don't want to just stay in one sound in one scale. So I'm gonna play the whole progression. I'm gonna go over these little top notes, but it ain't really too much about that, so I'm gonna play that real quick. So for these little top notes, again, stayed in the scale, didn't really do too much with it. You know what I'm saying? Just made sure that I was playing the right shit. And that is really just going to take, like, your ear. I really don't know how to explain it because that's improv. So that's really just going to take ear training and just learning your skills. Now we got the bass. I didn't really do too much with the bass. And let me just let me just make this clear. The plugin I use for both the piano and the bass is Sign Factory Sound Player. I mentioned this in my last tutorial, but these are amazing plugins. They are free instruments. Use them. I've been using them for months. I'm not sponsored by these niggas. I do not have a gun by my head. I'm just saying, if you want to find some good ass realistic sounds, Sound Player Labs, that's the way you want to go. So I played this little bass fill right here. So it's simple, nothing too crazy, you know what I'm saying? I'm just, again, following the root notes in the previous piano progression, you know what I'm saying? Just staying with the same rhythm, staying with the same notes that's going down, adding little filler notes. So with the filler notes, y'all can see these little flutters right here. These are called grace notes. These are basically just accenting the note that you're going up to. So if I was going from D to maybe let's say F, right? If I wanted to go from D to F, I could do a little grace note. So, oh my God. If I wanted to go to D to F, I could do a little grace note slide. So, you know what I'm saying? Just to accent it a little bit, make it have a little bit more. Just a little. What's it called? Fucking, I forgot. I ain't gonna lie. I forgot what it's called. Just make it have a little English to it. So that's all for the bass. Now we got the EP, man. Now this shit, I ain't gonna lie. I love electric pianos. I've been fond of electric pianos in these past months. I've been cooking up these samples because it's just, they sound so good. So I'm gonna play it real quick for y'all, let y'all hear what it sound like, and break everything down. Now this looks a little crazy. Now if I was a beginner and I was looking at it, I'd be like, oh shit. But it is the same thing, y'all. It's the same thing. I just copy and pasted the piano. All I did was add little top line melodies just to accent it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be the exact same as the piano, so I had to add a little bit of ear candy just to hear that little, you know what I'm saying, different. So they could tell that was a piano. What the hell? As y'all can see, like, most of my shit is off the grid. It's not directly on the grid. You know what I'm saying? That gives it that realistic feel of like a real human being playing it. Alright, so next we got these strings. Again, sound player. Y'all see it right there. Got these strings, and I really didn't do too much with them. You feel me? I don't really have no like crazy explanation of what I did. I kind of just deal with it sounding good to my ear and what fit with the melody. So I'm gonna play them real quick, give y'all a little breakdown. So for the strings, man, I didn't really think about doing no crazy shit, you know what I'm saying? Now, with samples back then, they would really like strings, but they also like to keep it simple with them. In order to make these type of samples, you have to listen to this type of music. Like, you cannot make samples of a sound that you don't know, you know what I'm saying? So it's either two things that they did. They made a high string that they just played it and they played a high string that rung out throughout the whole melody, or they played like OD strings and did like some crazy ass, you know what I'm saying, progressions and legatos with all of shit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not a string player. I don't know how, you feel me, to do the legatos and shit, but I do know how to do it at FL. But I'm not gonna lie, for the second tutorial I was lazy. I just wanted to get this shit out of here. So I started with the C sharp, went down to the F sharp, stayed in key, did a little walk down with the C sharp to the B to the A to the G. As y'all can see, I had a little progression going down to the bottom just to accent that walk down, just so it wasn't like, you know, stagnant and basic. And then I ended it off with the F sharp come back in, and, you know what I'm saying, taking another octave. Now, for my favorite part personally is the vocals from this plugin called Opus. It's not expensive. It's not that expensive. It's like $100 from when I buy it. It might have went up, but it's Opus. Voices of Soul, Cleo Brown, I think that's her name. Or CC, no, that is not Cleo, no damn Cleo Brown. The Voices of Soul by Opus, man. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, this is a great plugin. I caught this bit like maybe 2 years ago. And you feel me, it's been a good, consistent plugin when it comes to like just getting that soulful vocal feeling. So I'm gonna play them for y'all real quick. I'm not really gonna do too much explaining because she does most of the heavy lifting. I just fucking put the MIDI in, so I'm gonna play that shit real quick. Yeah, so just a good solid plugin. Like I said, I wasn't gonna do too much explaining. I just played everything in key, or not played everything in key. I just made sure the key was right, C sharp, you know what I'm saying, and just played every phrase that matched with the key I was in. So that was it for that. Now finally, I got these little accent and glockenspiels. I'm gonna tell y'all niggas the sauce. if you're making a sample like this, I don't want to tell you to overuse these glockenspiels, but they will help you a lot. They will help you a lot with getting that sound because, boy, they love that shit back then. Glockenspiels, Celeste, and xylophones, they love that shit. They love that shit. Glockenspiels is the way to go. I'm going to play it for y'all real quick, and here you go. For the drums, I did not have that many. I think I had like 4 drums. Yeah, I had like 4 drum sounds that actually did something. So I got the 2-step, right? 808, snare, the little I chant, and then I got the Z chant with the open hat. So I'm gonna break down pretty much like, you know what I'm saying, my thought process with this. And it really was just the bite Ahmed style completely. I'm not gonna lie. Because for the sake of the tutorial, I want to make this as accurate as possible. Like some shit that it sound like 9 bitches could really hop on. So I was like, I'm gonna just, you know what I'm saying, take his whole bounce and just put it in the tutorial. For the sake of the tutorial, I do not condone stealing another nigga swag or doing another nigga, like, I ain't that type of nigga. Started with the hi-hat bounce, you know. That little pause right there, like, that's Ahmed shit right there. Added the snare in. 808. Had to put the I motherfucker in. Chant. And then finally had the open hat, and then I had that 808 that was just playing. I had it reversed. This is what everything sound like together. So all that being done, I laid out the sample, you know what I'm saying, made it an actual loop and shit, and just combined it just to be able to cut everything and make everything more cohesive. But when I did that, I basically just said, fuck that drum break, because I had a drum break that was in there with that right there, that soul break. It was too, like, the mid range was too high, so I actually went to that and extracted the stems. So with that, right click, that little button right there, extract stems from sample, and click anything right here. So I extracted the drums by itself, as y'all can hear. You feel me? It ain't like the cleanest thing because it is FL, and I know it's programs that do it way better. But I just extracted all the instruments so I can get everything out of this, you know what I'm saying, original voicings. So this is what the full sample sounds like in the project. So that little wah guitar y'all hear, I actually did not play that. I took that shit straight from Splice. This little loop, I don't think that's it right there. Hold on, let me not play that. Yep, straight from Splice. That little one-shot wah, that was the only thing that I got. Everything, you know, else is played.